Hey guys, Rob here. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the lead messaging matrix, which is this diagram right behind me. And it's a diagram which has really helped me when I'm trying to learn how I should actually be speaking to a particular industry. And the whole principle behind it is that you can't message leads and connect with people on LinkedIn with a blanket approach. The number one thing people say to me when they ask me, how you should book calls over LinkedIn, they're like, what's your most successful LinkedIn message to actually start a conversation? What's your most successful message to actually get a person on the phone? And let me just tell you, it's actually different for every single person, or every single industry, I should say. And the reason why is because you wouldn't speak to a CEO of a busy company the same way as you would speak to a person in their 50s who's trying to lose weight, right? Or like has something about their health which you can help them with. You'd speak to these people completely differently in real life, and you'd also speak to them very differently in the LinkedIn inbox as well when you're sending your DMs. So let me just tell you a little bit about what this chart is behind me and how it can actually help you. So we can see we got two axes here. We can see that we've got on the y-axis, we have how often the person has been pitched. At the top here, we've got infrequent pitches. At the bottom here, we've got frequent pitches. Okay, so if a person's at the top of this graph here, they don't really get pitched. They don't really get many sales messages. Picture it like, a house on the street where not many salesmen actually knock at. Whereas this one is the closest one on the street, and every single salesman knocks at this door trying to sell something, right? And then on the x-axis, we've got no pain to pain. And what I mean by pain is how intense the person has a desire to get a solution to their problem. So, for instance, if a person is in a lot of pain with their problem, like this, my life or my business isn't working until I get the problem in my business solved, or until I get this problem in my life solved, then it's a very painful problem. Picture it like on a scale of 0 to 10. A person over here, they don't have any problems in their life. They don't have any issues with their business. Don't have any issues with the personal issues, their health issues. So basically what this means is when we are actually going to speak to somebody, our ideal clients on LinkedIn, we should be thinking to ourselves, where do they actually fall on this chart, right? Has this person been pitched a lot? So for instance, for my industry where I help coaches, consultants, and service providers, they have been pitched a lot, right? Every single person who's selling something has come through their door and has connected with them on LinkedIn and then sent them a message quickly afterwards. So they fall down here with frequent pitches, right? Everyone tries to pitch them a service. Everyone tries to sell something to them. So when little old me comes around and I also send them, a link to my calendar, their tolerance is very high. Like they scroll past it. I have to use special ways to get their attention, and it doesn't work as effectively as a person who hasn't been pitched very much. So I have to adopt a completely different approach, particularly if it's like a mass crowd, which gets hit up a lot. Maybe I'm just going to give, for this example, life coaches. They get hit up an awful lot. So they're right at the bottom here with frequent pitches, right? So I would speak to the people who get pitched a lot frequently, very differently than the people who don't get pitched at all, right? And then on the x-axis here, we've got no pain to pain. And in marketing and in sales, a person who isn't in pain will never buy from you. You see, the thing is about being a human being, we are always looking for a solution to a problem which we have directly in front of us. And if we don't have a problem directly in front of us, we don't need to look for a solution for it. So the best types of people to actually message over LinkedIn, the best industry or segment of your niche to go to, and the easiest ones to kind of get on the phone and take them through like a discovery call and then take them through a longer sales call, are the people who have not been pitched as much, and they're also in a lot of pain with their situation and they need a problem solved right now. So for instance, for me, if I was going to approach a brand new group, people who haven't been on LinkedIn, and I'm going to show you how to do this later on in the course, people who haven't been on LinkedIn for very long, right? So I can already tell you that they're not getting pitched very much because the competitors haven't found them yet, versus somebody who's in quite a lot of pain. So this person, they might have started their business within the year, right? They've been trying to get leads for the first few months, and then suddenly they've hit month 12. They're like, oh, I've just spent 12 months trying to get leads. I've not managed to get a single, response, managed to get a single call booked. This hurts so much, I was supposed to be building a really successful business. I didn't realize this was so hard. So they're in a lot of pain and they haven't been pitched that much, okay? So think of that mentality. They're like, I'm desperate for a solution. And then we look at the flip side of the spectrum, say somebody who's been on the platform LinkedIn for 5 years, right? They still are struggling with the business. They haven't got many, just for this sake, let's say their pain's quite high. They haven't found a way to actually solve their problem yet. But they've been pitched frequently, all right? When I drop them a message in their inbox, they're going to instantly roll their eyes and they're going to be like, here we go. Here's another person promising the world to them. And you'll have noticed throughout my content so far, I talk so much about psychology because honestly, it's so important. And the first principle for successful marketing and for successful sales and reaching out to people over LinkedIn is to actually take a step back for a second. Think to yourself, hold on a minute, what is this person thinking? How are they feeling right now when I'm trying to pitch them? Like, what's the psychology going on there? So for this person, I know they're instantly going to roll their eyes because they've been on the platform for 5 years. They're part of a very popular niche and they've just been hit up by 50 other people who look exactly like me. They do need the problem solved, but they also, what's even bigger than that is they don't want to be frustrated with all these people as well. So for this person, I'll actually adopt a bit of a different strategy to actually get in their attention. For this person here, I could probably escalate the conversation quite quickly into like, if they want to have a call, what's the problems with the business? For this person here, they might be, a little bit slower, right? They might need me to warm them up a little bit more. So think about like strategies of how you would actually do that. How would I warm this person up a little bit more? How would I show them that I am not just after their money? And how would I show them that I actually care a little bit? Because I do care a bit, right? I want to make sure they're the right client for me. I'm not just all about grabbing money. And if you are watching this video, you shouldn't be either, because that's a quick way for your business to fail. You need to actually care about the person and think, what's their perspective on what I'm doing right now? Are they a busy CEO that, has the pain but doesn't have time to have long conversations with people over the LinkedIn inbox? Or are they a person with lots of pain that, they have frequent pitches? So how can I build up their trust a little bit more? And this is exactly what the LinkedIn lead messaging strategy comes down to. It's picking whereabouts the person is on this diagram here. The worst type of people are right down here. They have no pain. They get pitched frequently. If you message these people and pitch them, they will get annoyed with you. Trust me, because they're like, oh, not another one of these people. They're trying to sell me something. I don't even need this. That's kind of bad marketing. You should never be ever going for this area here. And infrequent pitches, but they have no pain, they'll probably just ignore your message. If somebody who falls up here, they'll ignore your message, or they'll, if you're trying to go through that building up a relationship with them, they'll be like, what's this person want, right? So no pain, infrequent pictures up there. So this is part of the LinkedIn messaging matrix. I hope this was very, very helpful for you. When you're sending DMs, always be thinking to yourself, think back to the LinkedIn lead messaging matrix. Whereabouts does this group of people I'm about to send messages to fall on the spectrum of pain, fall on the spectrum of how often they've been hit up on LinkedIn and messaged before, and how often how likely are they going to just eye roll and think, you know what, like, I don't want to hear from another one of these types of people. Hope that helps, guys. See you in the next video.